Channel Sports, defining the moments of true sports.
Okay, now straight to the English Premier League, starting from what happened yesterday, March the 19th. Well, it was really a tough one. Top three, none of them getting a win. Manchester United went to White Hart Lane. Of course, it ended goalless. And, of course, Hugo Lloris was at his very best. Juan Mata tried. Robbie Van Persie did the same. Wayne Rooney, of course, he denied them all. And, of course, Chelsea went to St. Mary's also. They were able to score, but, of course, Southampton could not just allow them to go home with a victory. It ended 1-1. And Aston Villa Sunderland also goalless draw. Hull City and Leicester City 1-0 in favor of Leicester. And Man City and Burnley. Man City had to surrender a 2-goal lead and it ended 2-2. For Burnley, of course, it's really a first point for them since September, a good one for them. Indeed, for QPR and Crystal Palace, well, they settled for a goalless draw. Also, Stoke City and West Bromwich Albion ended in favor of Stoke City 2-0. West Ham are losing at home to Arsenal 2-1. Of course, Newcastle and Everton, well, I don't know what's happening to them this season. Newcastle winning that one 3-2.
Everton, horrible season so far. I think that's about the 8th loss in the season. It's not a very good one for Roberto Martinez at all. And a strange one coming after that game is the fact that Alan Pardew is actually being linked to Crystal Palace. And I find it really strange. Like, why would he want to leave Newcastle United and go to Crystal Palace? But he can say, of course, he wants to go back home to London. That could be a reason for that. But then going to the Tottenham and Man United game, I thought Man United played really well in the second half. In the first half, actually, yes. But the second half was all about the Spurs, and I think the draw, I think is a fair result. It's for both teams. But then, the main topic for discussion.
Let's take a look at the top four. What the table actually look like presently. You know, it's really, really getting funny. And if you check the top three, 1, 2, 3, they've lost one game. Chelsea have lost one. Manchester City losing one. Man United losing 3. So 1, 2, 3 is a tough one. And of course, you have other teams. Number fourth team. Usually, when you talk about top four, you're looking at Liverpool joining them, Arsenal joining them. But presently, after 19 matches, you're having a very, very funny side there.
No, it's not really fun. I wouldn't really say it's funny.
Southampton top 4 at Christmas.
Yeah, but we have the usual suspects in Chelsea and Manchester City and Manchester United. The only odd team there is Southampton, but then you have to give them credit. They've had a good season so far. They had a little bit of wobble a couple of weeks ago, but now they've been able to string a couple of results together, so they deserve to be in the top 4.
Okay.
Whether they will hold on and to qualify for the Champions League is a different matter entirely. We'll find out at the end of the season. You remember Arsenal are somewhere right behind them as well. For Arsenal, it's all about the top 4 trophies, so they will be doing whatever it takes to get in the Champions League next year. It's very unfortunate, but then that's the reality for Arsenal. The game against West Ham, I thought it was a very difficult game for them, but then Arsenal showed character. A lot of features we've not seen in Arsenal's game for a while now. They showed it in that game. Very good defending. They were very gritty, and they showed immense character. It's unfortunate they're doing all this to qualify for the Champions League. If it was to be challenging for the Premier League title, I bet Arsenal fans wouldn't complain at all.
They wouldn't complain at all. Okay, now talking about the main man, Jose Mourinho. After that win, after that draw at St. Mary's, he wasn't really happy. He feels that the managers and everyone is actually, I mean, they are all against him. And if I just read a quote from him when he was talking to Sky Sport, he said that people, pundits, commentators, coaches from other teams, they react with Chelsea in a way they don't react to other teams. They put a lot of pressure on the referee, and the referee makes a mistake like this, which is we lose 2 points and Fabregas earns a yellow card for diving.
Jose is back. Is back. For how long have we been waiting for typical
Something
Jose
like this.
Mourinho rants? Now, it's been going on for too long, and I was wondering, okay, has he really lost it now? But it's good to see him back in his element. But then, seriously, you understand what he's saying. That game against Southampton, there was a very costly error by the referee there when Fabregas was brought down in the box. And it should have been a penalty normally, but then the referee decided to book Fabregas for diving, which wasn't the case at all. So you can understand why Jose is furious and very angry, and it's called it a campaign against Chelsea.
Against Chelsea.
But believe me, whenever Jose Mourinho does something like this, there's a reason behind
is it coming from Sam Allardyce? Sam Allardyce actually make a statement. Was that what it was actually referring to?
Yeah, that was part of it as well. Allardyce, after that game against West Ham United, what Allardyce was trying to do after that match was because they lost terribly. It was all about Chelsea, but he decided to deflect attention away from the side's poor performance, and he was talking about Ivanovic diving. So that's part of the reasons. And obviously, Jose's been watching TV a lot, and he sees all the pundits have been talking about how all the players dive. Diego Costa, and Nemanja Matic, and the likes.
Ivanovic,
And
and
he doesn't.
now Cesc Fabregas, 4 of them
Exactly.
this season so far after 19 games.
And actually, I've seen a couple of those on yellow cards. I thought
what do you
about
think?
3 of them or 2 of them were not dives at all. So mistakes by the referees, and you can understand why Jose is very angry. But then, before we round off on this, whenever Jose does something like this, there's a reason behind it.
Okay.
He's playing the games now. He's put the pressure back on the referees now. So going forward, don't be surprised if Chelsea start getting penalties from out of the Blues.
Okay, let's wait for that. Now, looking at the record Jose Mourinho have actually set in his career, being a football manager for 12 full seasons, and anytime he happens to be at the top at Christmas and going into the new year, he gets to win the league. Is Chelsea winning the league this time around? Now, remember when was that? In 2004 and 2005 season, and also 2004, 2005, 2006.
Yes.
He was in charge of Chelsea, and he won the league with them.
Yeah.
And of course, at that time, he was actually at the top. Now, that's here you have the statistics. Christmas leaders to champions. The English Premier League manager Sir Alex Ferguson had done it more times because he has been the longest. 93-94 season, 2000-2001 season, 2006-2007 season, 2010-2011, 2012 and 2013. Whenever he's there at Christmas, he gets to win the league. But right now, he's no longer there. Now, Jose Mourinho is the man we'll be looking at 2004, 2005, 2005, 2006. He won the league with Chelsea when Chelsea was actually at the top at Christmas. And for Carlo Ancelotti, he did it in 2009 and 2010 season. Kenny Dalglish did it for Blackburn Rovers then when Blackburn Rovers was really one of the top teams in the English Premier League. That's the top flight, talking about the English Premier League era, 94-95 season. And Roberto Mancini did it with Manchester City, 2011 and 2012. Now, back to Jose Mourinho. He is likely to get this one. He would definitely not want to let it slip.
Yeah, this is all history. If you're being brutally honest, and if you ask Jose, he's going to tell you they don't really count. But from what we can see so far, it looks like Chelsea remain favourite to go on and win the Premier League title. Jose, in particular, the trend has always favoured him. Every time he's on top, at Christmas ends up winning the league, and it's been like that everywhere. It's been to a Porto, at Chelsea, at Inter Milan, and at Real Madrid. So you can understand why. And apart from that as well, I'm looking at the closest challenger, which is Manchester City. Yesterday was a perfect opportunity for them to actually close the gap to 1 point. And they had it all in their hands and threw it away in the second half. 2-0 lead over Burnley, and they messed it all up. And now it's back to 3 points between those two. And I really don't see how Chelsea will throw the Premier League title away.
Like Liverpool did.
It's not going to happen. Not under Jose Mourinho.
Looking at Liverpool, they are playing Swansea later today. What do you expect of that game?
Another difficult and tough game for Liverpool. Liverpool have been searching for consistency all through the season, and it hasn't really panned out well. It hasn't really worked out well for them. But then again today, Anfield against Swansea. Swansea side that is a very competent team and side as well, so it will be very difficult. But then Raheem Sterling looks to be informed finally. For a young guy like that to be the main man for a big club like Liverpool, I think is a lot. Yeah, they're asking a lot of the young man there, but it seems to be able to carry the pressure very well. So it will be a very difficult one. Liverpool might just eke out a win.
Okay, from this one. Now, looking at Michael Schumacher, of course, is 1 year today. I mean, since he had that skiing accident. in France. And from reports we're getting, from Switzerland, of course, from England, it's the fact that he can actually now recognize, the people closer to him, but he's still having it very, very difficult to speak.
Yeah, according to the manager saying this, oh, don't get too excited now, because we fans were excited. We just want to see Michael Schumacher return to who he was before, but the manager saying we shouldn't get too excited. There's still a very long way to go. It was always going to be a gradual process, so I'm not really surprised by that, but when there's life, there's hope, so we're still hoping that Schumacher returns to the person he was before the accident.
Yeah, that's what definitely we're expecting. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Don't forget more sports at 9 p.m. later tonight with Toyin Bitoye and Co. Up next on Channels Television is Business Morning. Bye for now.